Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to another YgoPro duel video. There's a new archetype coming out, rock earth based archetype, Tramid, I believe their name is. Hope I pronounce it right. It's a very new archetype, of course, still very early. There are only 4 cards revealed, so we can definitely expect more support for this archetype really soon. So let's take a quick look at the new cards first and then a few example duels like always. The first one is currently the small tutor of the deck, the level 4 1800 tech, which is kind of decent, but it has 2 separate effects. One effect during your own turn is you can send one face up Tramid card you control to the grave to target one set card on the field and destroy it. Best case scenario, you can pop one of your field spells. One of your field spell, at least both, trigger using their own separate effect, and you can pop one set card, of course, from the opponent. And the second effect of Master you can use during your opponent's turn is that you can send one face-up field spell from your side of the field to the graveyard, and if you do, you can activate one Tramid field spell card from your deck with a different name from the field spell you just destroyed. So it's pretty much clear, I think, the deck heavily relies on their field spells, so we can definitely expect more field spells really soon. The second monster is currently their boss monster. I think we can call it that. It's Sphinx. It's level 10 with decent stats, 2500 attack, 2500 defense. It can be special summoned by one of the field spells, by Golem, I believe, or when when a regular Tramid monster, for now its master, is destroyed, you can special summon your Sphinx from your hand. Its effects is that when it's on the field, your opponent has to attack Sphinx, so no other Tramid monster, and on top of that, your Sphinx will gain boost, an attack boost of 500 attack and of course 500 defense as well for each different field spell card in your graveyard. So that's kind of crucial not to forget. The 2 field spells, the better one is Cruiser, I believe. Cruiser, at least when any Tramid monster inside of the field is normal summoned, you gain 500 life points. And of course, you can draw 1 card and after that discard 1 card. So that's kind of cool with, for example, the Koa'ki Meiru card to set up, for example, a Golem or Call of the Haunted or whatever, or maybe play it with Go-Go's. That's all possible, as you see here in the side deck. And then the second effect of Cruiser is that when it's sent from your field to the graveyard, either when you activate another field spell or, best case scenario with Master, by popping it, of course, you can search one Tramid monster from your deck and add it to your hand. And that can be used only once per turn. Very good. And the last new card is Tramid King Golem. Golem is also a field spell that every face-up rock type monster on the field gains 500 attack. And if a Tramid monster battles an opponent's monster, your opponent cannot activate card effects until the end of the damage step, which is okay. And the last effect of Golem is that when Golem is sent from your field to the grave, again, maybe when it's popped by your master, for example, you can special summon a Tramid monster from your hand to the field. Preferably, it will be Sphinx. Okay, let's hop into the first game. Alright, first tool, just testing out against the Raid Raptors. There are a few hybrids possible with the new Tramid cards. It's still very early, we can definitely expect more support, but it's a rock level 4 based archetype, so Koa'ki Meiru seems kinda okay. Ties of the Brethren immediately special summons the 2 different Koa'ki Meirus from my deck to the field. I'm only playing 2, the one that can negate spells from the opponent and the one that can negate summons, which is kinda good. Right, I don't think I need to explain that. So during my own turn, have a Cruiser on my side of the field, send it to my grave to search another Tramid monster from my deck and add it to my hand and pop one set card from my opponent. And now I can deal some damage, block Golem. Kinda acts like a rescue rabbit again. As you see, the deck is very slow. You know, Koa'ki Meiru's very slow, control and maybe an anti-meta based deck. So if you can establish somewhat a big field with all of your Koa'ki Meirus, possibly negating all of your opponent's options, you obviously can win the game. The second duel is still testing against Rage Raptors. The opponent gets to start. Most of the time, yeah, maybe let my opponent start, because again, it's a very slow deck. Maybe the 6th card is needed, but on the other side, setting up your field with your Koa'ki Meiru cards might be more important. Chicken game is currently at 1, I believe, in the deck. It's just an extra target to draw. You have to draw 1 card and an extra target for your Sphinx to gain an extra attack boost. So my field spell was popped, so I can special summon Sphinx, which is, I think, one of my only outs to attack over his Rage Raptor, yeah, the Zapdos, you know, the Clifford, the Clifford Towers 2.0. You can special summon it again. That's so crazy, by banishing the Rage Raptor card. And here makes a minor mistake, not reading Sphinx his fullest effect. I believe it's in the last line. That I believe, but yeah, when Sphinx is face up on the field, my opponent can only attack Sphinx, and it's sitting at a nice 4000 attack, which is too big for his monsters. And the strike was needed to prevent the Zero, I believe, yeah, the Zero Fine indeed, from coming out. And I'm in complete control of the duel thanks to that. Level 4 Koa'ki Meiru that negates summons. I believe, no, it's not Crusader, I forgot the name. Anyway, opponent gets a start, and yeah, I think he can establish a very nice field of double Force tricks, and he can back it up with Strike as well. But immediately you can see that this deck, it's hard for this deck to already combat an established field, so that's why I might bump, or at least, yeah, put in Dark Hole as well, double Dark Hole in the main deck to deal with established fields, since that's definitely the big weakness of this deck. Sphinx can attack over one of his monsters, establish the Golem field spell that gives Sphinx 500 extra attack boosts, and now my opponent cannot activate cards or effects after the damage step. But yeah, as said before, this is, if I lose field control, it's hard to come back with the current support, the current Tramid support. It's hard to deal with already established field. So that's again one of the reasons why I might put Dark Hole, maybe 2 copies of Dark Hole in the main deck. Draw into that search, yeah, the Koa'ki Meiru search card, but Exit on Night would have been very nice here, but of course that card is banned. Last game I get to start, so core to search out one of my Koa'ki Meiru monsters, terraforming into double field spell. I believe I go for Crusader or Cruiser indeed, it's the name. It's a search card that can search out your master. Normal summon master, get a draw, discard 1 card, and set a strike as well. And I think I have a block, yeah, indeed, a block golem in my hand. So yeah, master is also a level 4 rock type. It can be special summoned with block golem as well, so they both pair up again. Yeah, they both work well with each other in the same deck. But yeah, it's okay, it's okay. So Ties of the Brethren has one big restriction, that I cannot special summon after I activated the card, and no battle phase. That's a big downside of the card, but yeah, I think it's worth it, since you can just special summon one of your, at least, yeah, 2, in case if you have your master on your side of the field, you can special summon the 2 other Koa'ki Meiru monsters from your deck, which is an excellent first turn opening, of course, immediately also setting up the block golem. To again establish your field. So attack for some nice damage to my opponent. Now I cannot activate spells, and at least, yeah, he can, but I can just tribute my wall, and also I can negate summons from the opponent. I can't lose this one, right? You can see that he's already behind. Torrential Tribute would suck very hard. Go for Goliath to get back 1 Koa'ki, or at least, yeah, 1 Master from my grave back to my hand, which maybe could be dangerous, since now my opponent can activate spells. Raigeki could have been an option for him, but he didn't have it, so GG, well played. Still very early here with the Tramid cards, so feel free to leave suggestions of yeah, possible hybrids of other decks, other archetypes that can be played as well. Guys, that's it. Thanks for watching, and feel free to leave a comment or a like if you enjoyed the video. Lithium signing out. Peace.